Welcome to the Secret of Shadows, where the past lingers, mysteries unfold, and the unexplained refuses to stay hidden. I'm your host, Aaron Bessaril. Tonight, we step into the mind of a killer, so calculating, so monstrous, yet so eerily ordinary. He became one of the FBI's most studied subjects. This is the story of Edmund Emil Kemper, the co-ed killer. Ed Kemper was born in 1948. Tall, awkward, and deeply troubled. His mother ruled his childhood with cruelty. She locked him in the basement at night, humiliated him, and told him no woman would ever love him. The boy began to act out of his darkest fantasies, torturing and killing animals, imagining violent revenge. At 15, those fantasies erupted into reality. After an argument with his grandmother, he shot her dead in the kitchen. Then, he waited for his grandfather to return and killed him too. When questioned, Kemper told the police he didn't want his grandfather to see what he had done. Diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, Kemper was committed to Atascadero State Hospital. But inside, he thrived. With a genius-level IQ, he manipulated staff, studied psychology, and even helped test other inmates. By 21, doctors cleared him. His record was wiped clean. The monster was free. It was the early 70s in Santa Cruz, California. Hitchhiking was common, and Kemper knew it. Between 1972 and 1973, he cruised the highways in his yellow Ford Galaxy. To the police, he was Big Ed, a friendly giant who drank at their bars. But to 6 young women, he was death itself. He lured them in with charm, then drove to isolated areas. He murdered, dismembered, and desecrated their bodies in ways too disturbing to fully describe. Marianne Pieces, Anita Luchesa, Aiko Ku, Cynthia Shao, Rosalinda Thorpe, Alice Liu. Their lives ended in his hands. In April 1973, the violence turned inward. Kemper bludgeoned his mother in her sleep. He decapitated her and mutilated her corpse. Hours later, when her friend Sally Hallett came to visit, he murdered her too. For Kemper, it was the act he had been building towards his entire life. Days later, in Pueblo, Colorado, Kemper picked up the phone and dialed the police. He confessed everything. When asked why, Kemper explained. The original purpose was gone. It was no longer serving any physical or real or emotional purpose. It was just a pure waste of time. Emotionally, I couldn't handle it any longer. At trial, his lawyers claimed insanity. The jury saw through it. 8 life sentences, no chance of freedom. Behind bars, Kemper became an unlikely resource for the FBI. Agents John Douglas and Robert Ressler sat across from him, recording every word. He was articulate, calm, cold. Through him, they learned how killers think, how they hunt, how they justify the unjustifiable. Kemper's cooperation helped shape criminal profiling as we know it today. But make no mistake, his intelligence was not brilliance. It was manipulation, a predator dissecting his own darkness. Edmund Kemper still sits in prison today. At nearly 7 feet tall, he remains a towering figure in every sense. Not because of his crimes alone, but because he represents the terrifying truth about evil. That it can be brilliant, that it can be charming, that it can look you in the eye and smile. This has been The Secrets of Shadows. I'm Aaron Besserill. Until next time. And remember, stay in the light.